Greetings, my fellow Fright Fiends, and thanks for dropping by Boogeyman Ben's Horror Zone. I hope everyone's doing well. Today's video is going to be a movie review. This is going to be talking about Joker. I went and saw it yesterday. This is a film that has caused a lot of controversy. There's been many reports that have been coming out leading up to this film's release that people were it was going to elicit rioting, it was going to elicit gun violence. I thought it was ridiculous just because this is a character that has existed for nearly 80 years. It's been featured in numerous films and cartoons, and for me it was just a way of deflecting what the real problem is in this country, which is gun violence. And instead we always want to look at what could motivate gun violence, and people have always tried to blame entertainment, be it movies, books, music. And I thought this was just another way that they were doing it, but it surprised me at the level that it went to. So the movie stars Joaquin Phoenix as the title character. You also have Robert De Niro, Francis Conroy, and Zazie Beetz. The movie was written by Scott Silver and Todd Phillips, who also directed. And without giving too much away, because I don't want to include any spoilers in this, but pretty much you have the character of Arthur Fleck, a man who has been really disregarded by society. And you see how this rejection in society leads him to become the Joker. So yeah, like I said, I was stunned by the amount of media attention and controversy that this movie was drumming up. I was excited to see it. I love Joaquin Phoenix. I think he's a completely underrated talent. I've always been a fan of him going back to the first film I ever saw him in, which was Parenthood back in 1989. I also think he was fantastic in movies like To Die For, Gladiator, 8mm. Absolutely loved him as Johnny Cash in Walk the Line, which I completely think he was robbed of the Best Actor nomination for, even though I love Philip Seymour Hoffman, the late great Philip Seymour Hoffman, but I totally thought Joaquin Phoenix should have won the award for that role just because of the parallels in his own life. The fact that Johnny Cash, he was playing a character that saw his older brother pass away. Of course, Joaquin Phoenix's older brother, River Phoenix, died right in front of him in 1993. So you could just see that pain in that performance, and I just thought it was so touching, and there was just and the fact that he did his own singing in that film. I mean, he was just an amazing talent, and I'm so glad to see him shine and getting the amount of praise that he deserves in this film, because Joker is absolutely fantastic. One of the best films I've seen all year. One of my favorite representations of the character. It's a completely different film. This is not a film for children. It's a very gritty, hardcore look at a man who is pushed down by society. I mean, you see that he's trying to be a good person, but there's just something off about him. There's this sadness to him, and he has this disability where he laughs uncontrollably. He's a character that you sympathize with, and he's somebody that you want to see succeed. You don't want him to become this character. You know it's eventually going to happen, but the whole time you're rooting for him to go above what society is pushing him to become. And that's what I thought was really strong about the film. There's a lot of great themes in this film that I think people should look at and not worry about when that this is going to spark the next mass shooting, but they should look at it as sort of a mirror to our world and how we treat people and how we treat the mentally ill. There's so many great themes in this film. Joaquin Phoenix does a masterful job in this. If he doesn't get an Oscar nomination for this, I will be very pissed off. He really is just a masterful actor and delivers a terrific performance in one of the most important films to come out this year. The Joker is an absolute masterpiece in my opinion. Everybody needs to go out and support this film. I would love to see it again. It's one that I definitely recommend. I also think it's one of Todd Phillips' best movies. As much as I love his comedies, I think this really shows how amazing a director he actually is. So yes, go out and support this film. Go out and see Joker. Don't be worried about it. You can't live your life in fear. I don't go into anything worrying about what's going to happen. I remember when The Dark Knight Rises came out and we had that horrible mass shooting in Colorado. I said back then I refused to live in fear. I refuse to live in fear now. I went and saw this, and everybody should go out and support this. It has a terrific message as well as amazing performances, excellent direction. Easily the Joker gets 5 skulls. So that is my review of Joker. I hope everyone will go out and support this film. If you guys have seen it, please let me know what you guys think in the comments section below. Would love to hear from everyone. And as always, thanks so much for dropping by the Horror Zone, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take it easy. Stay scared as always. I have a Patreon page. If everybody wants to help support me, the link is down below. And if you do help support me, Dracula here will get more treats, and Dracula really loves his treats. So any support that you can give me would be very, very much appreciated. Right, Drek?